Hello everyone, it's the Galloping Housewife. It's Siobhan here on my daily yard commute. I haven't started this until much later down the road. I'm just coming into commute now because I was actually listening to a call for one of the courses that I do. So one of the courses that I signed on to back when things were absolutely atrocious for me, yeah, so I've been a member of that group since 2017, somewhere around there. And yeah, life was pretty shit. And I have to confess that I put it on a credit card and I paid it off. Like, not only did I put it on the credit card, but I paid in installments because yeah, things were pretty dire for us at the time. But that investment in myself has been paid over tenfold or more. I mean, just in purely money terms, 100 times. But certainly in the value that it's given me as a person is immeasurable. Yeah, and it's a course around mindset. It's a course around business and money as well. Yeah, it's been brilliant. And so I've paid my course fee, my one and done. I've done that, and it's and now I can pop back in. I can pop back in and do the work whenever I need to do the work, whenever I need a top up or a reminder or something new's come up, because nothing is ever one and done. Nothing is ever fixed. Life is always a process. There's always more challenges that come up. And so I can pop in and out of the course. It's like the Galloping Housewife, like Sort Your Shit Out. There's a group that goes along with it. I can get energy from the women that are in it, and I can also listen to the calls. And I haven't actually honestly listened to the calls for a very long time, but the topic of this month's call was pertinent to something that I've got going on at the moment, and so I popped in and had a wee listen, and yeah, it was valuable. It was really helpful for me, and the fact that I belong to this course and I've paid my membership, and I am still getting an incredible amount of value from it, yeah, it's just, and for me it reinforces, I mean, it's something that I know from that I have sort of been presenting with Sort Your Shit Out, is that investment in yourself, and that investment in people. It's difficult sometimes, and I look at what I'm doing with Sort Your Shit Out, and I go, well, it's just words and ideas. It's just that I'm selling. But it's words and ideas that change people's lives, and they have value, just as a tangible product has value, or a professional service has value. And in fact, this has more value than that, because it is that ripple effect. It's about making a change to one person's life who is then going to change other people's lives as well. And we only got one life. Why not invest in it? Why not make the most of it? You're never going to get this time back. You're never going to get it back. And so, now is your one chance. Anyway, that's enough of that. I am on my way out to the yard again. I've got I'm meeting a photographer down at the beach later with Percy, so I'm going to go down and clean him first because he will be filthy, and then I'm going to ride Mitch while he is drying, and then go down to the beach with Percy and get these photos taken. And you will notice that on my if you follow me, if you've on Facebook or Instagram, you'll see, I use images all the time. It's you need to, basically, to gain people's attention these days. So I have images all over the place. Those images, most of them were taken. I had a great photographer friend down when we were living in Wiltshire, and Jasmine Punter has taken the vast majority of the photos that I use. There's some older ones that predate her, but most of the ones are Jasmine's. But I had a great relationship with her, so she would pop round to the yard and take photos there. She'd meet us at local venues and take photos there, and she did some photos in and around our home as well. And so it's my sort of stock of photos and things. But the most recent ones that I have from Jazz, December 2020, I think. Didn't have any professional photos at all taken last year, and now we're halfway through 2022, and it's about time that I got some more. It's just like that kind of like visual representation of who I am. I haven't changed that much, and a few more wrinkles, but and progress with the horse, maybe. I've got a new horse, but it's just about keeping things a little bit fresh, a little bit relevant, a little bit more up to date with the story that I'm telling at the moment, or the stories that I want to tell, and it's just having a pool of photos that are regular. So so a guy here actually just happened to put a comment on one of our local Facebook groups, and so I messaged him and so today is about going and meeting him, getting a few photos taken, seeing if we can work together, because I need someone interesting. I don't know that he's an equestrian photographer, so that might be a little bit of a sticking point, but also I need someone that will provide the sorts of photos that I want, but also will provide some direction, because photographers know it's their art, and will say what they think looks good, and I want to find out whether it's someone that I can work with. And it's actually, it's not even that. It's not even about whether the photographer is good or not, technically good. And it goes with anything. It's about whether they can work with you. And I've worked with some great photographers, but they couldn't be told what looks good with a horse, so when you're talking about point to stride and all those sorts of things, and how important that is, and how the feeling of the energy has to be correct if I'm going to put it out there in front of a knowledgeable crowd, and how much that influences. And actually that's really interesting, in that I sent a bunch of things, and I've got some Facebook advertising going on at the moment, and for the courses, and it is mainly a cold audience, but and there was an ad that came up, and I just clicked through to it, and it was a cute photo. It was a photo that I had provided, and the words were, the copy's a bit boring, and I'm going to have to change the copy, because the words behind it are so important to me, because that is what I do, I connect with people with words. But they're okay, but the picture did not match, and it not match what was being said, and I was just like, you can't do that. This picture is going out. This is a visual representation of me, and it was like, it doesn't. The words and the photo don't connect. And for someone who doesn't know about horses, it was a pretty picture, and it was, and the words were words that I'd said. but it's that connection. And so there is that kind of like, you need to have people that work with you in anything, you know. And it's like, you know, your accountant, someone as simple as having someone that knows the kind of expenses that go through your books without questioning anything, or knowing what to question and what not to question, knowing when to say, hey, you're overstepping the mark here, or you know, or accepting things that are going through straightforward. And I am, you know, and I'm in a situation here where I've come to the UK, and the tax laws are completely different. The way that the Inland Revenue operates is completely different from that which I've grown up with. And you know, I mean, yes, okay, I'm intelligent enough. I could sit there, I could read through all the fucking stuff online, and I could watch YouTube videos, and I could learn about it. I don't want to. I'm 50 years old. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to pay someone to interpret that for me and tell me exactly what I need to do. And you know, that's not my zone of genius. So therefore, that's what I need, someone that's going to do X, Y, and Z, and I need someone that's going to pull me up on different things. I need someone that's going to ask questions on things, because I don't know. And you know, I'm really good at business. I'm not especially good with numbers. I'm not good with money. You know, I'm not great with money, and so and as far as, you know, I don't know. I wasn't educated about investments. I am now. I've had to become so now, and I know, you know, I know so much more now that I wish I'd known when I was 20. But I, you know, haven't and didn't. And so I find that information, or I find those people, I outsource that sort of that decision making in my life. Yeah, so that's kind of like where I'm at. So yeah, going down to get this photographer. It'll be interesting to see whether he can work with me or not. Not entirely sure about having a man, but we'll see. And I am, yeah, actually interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether what happens with it, because there are a couple of things that struck me. One was just that no knowledge about tide times, and I was like